Yep, happy Halloween, everybody. I'm a student of Hogwarts, you know what I'm saying? In reality, if I was to be chosen, I don't think I would be in Gryffindor. I'll probably be a Slytherin because my mouth is disgusting. Hey, this is gonna be a fun video. I will be ranking Disney Channel original Halloween themed movies. But just a quick disclaimer. These are Disney Channel original movies. These are not MCU movies. These are not Oscar nominated films. So if y'all go back on Disney Plus and watch these movies, don't expect some A1 action and don't expect some A1 acting. Now, I'm not saying the movies are low budget. The acting is not as bad as a Tyler Perry film, but they are specifically based for kids and based for preteens and maybe teenagers. So just be mindful when you guys go back to watch these movies. And that's something I had to be mindful of when I'm doing these rankings. So the basis of my ranking is literally going to be 90% of nostalgia and 10% of me rewatching this film as an adult. Because again, I cannot give a fair ranking from these movies from an adult standpoint because these movies are not catered for adults. They are catered for kids and preteens and teenagers. Another quick disclaimer, I will be including some actual Disney movies that were in theaters, but they used to air them on Disney Channel during the Halloween season. For instance, movies like Hocus Pocus, movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas. So just be prepared. You might see some Disney movies that are not Disney Channel original movies, but we're still gonna add them in the ranking system because they were all part of Disney Channel's, I can never say this name right, Mobtober. You know, the whole 31-day special that Disney Channel used to do every year to bring in Halloween. So with that being said, theme song. To do my rankings, I'll be using the tier ranking system. So let me explain my tiers. The first tier is Michael Jackson Thriller choreography. If I put a movie in this tier, that means this movie is a 10 out of 10. It's the absolute best. And the reason why I called it the Michael Jackson Thriller choreography is because when you go back and watch that music video, the choreography is literally the highlight of that music video. Thriller is one of the best Michael Jackson music videos of all time, and Thriller is one of the best music videos of all time. Extremely groundbreaking. So if I rate a movie MJ Thriller choreography, that's what that means. The second tier is called Harley Quinn's costume. If I put a movie in this ranking, that means it is second best. It's not 10 out of 10, but it's extremely good, but it's not a perfect Halloween movie. So that's that. The reason why I called it a Harley Quinn's costume is because when women dress up as Harley Quinn, they usually don't miss. Whether the woman is black, white, Asian, Latina, 9 times out of 10, if a woman is dressing up as Harley Quinn for Halloween, they don't miss. I have never seen a person that has missed as Harley Quinn. With that being said, the way my mind works, a Harley Quinn's costume does not compare to the Michael Jackson Thriller music video. So it's good, but it's not the absolute best. So that's why Harley Quinn's costume would be the second best. The third tier is background noise. Basically, if I put a movie in this tier, that means I'm playing the movie, and while the movie is being played in the background, I'm vacuuming the carpet, I'm washing the dishes, I am dusting, I am cleaning the glass, I am cleaning the windows, I'm cleaning the bathroom. Basically, the movie serves as background noise. Like I'm just playing the movie just to have some sound in the house while I am doing something else. My full undivided attention is not in this movie. It is in whatever I'm doing, and the movie is just being played in the background. That's what background noise is. All right, the fourth tier is called Wendy Williams. What was that? So basically, if I put a movie in this tier, that means the movie sucks. Hands down. And the reason why I called it Wendy Williams What Was That is because during a Wendy Williams Halloween episode, this moment happened.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.
When this first aired, this was extremely funny and it did go viral. So that's why I decided to name this tier Wendy Williams What Was That? So those are the tiers of my ranking system. Let's get started. All right, now let's just go ahead and knock off the heavy hitters. The Halloween Town franchise. There were 4 Halloween Town movies, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. Starting with the first one, Halloween Town. Love this movie. Absolutely love this movie. It puts you in the Halloween Town spirit. This movie was the kickoff to the iconic Halloween Town franchise. So it's a lot of love for this movie. Now, I made the mistake of rewatching this movie as an adult. It didn't really hold my attention. I had to force myself to rewatch this movie. Now, an iconic movie. Rest in peace to Debbie Reynolds. Halloween Town, it really felt like a kids movie. It really didn't feel like a Disney Channel original movie, and I will explain why later on. I'm not denying the impact and the legendary status of the Halloween Town franchise. But with that being said, Halloween Town, I'm sorry, I will have to put this movie in background noise. Next one, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. This is undoubtedly a fan favorite. Everybody loves this movie, and I can understand why. Now with Halloween Town 2, the first Halloween Town, they were all children. They were legit little kids. Well, Halloween Town 2, they were in the preteen, teenager status. And so when you're watching this movie, you're like, okay, Maureen, she's like the same age as Hilary Duff. She's like the same age as Penny Proud. She's like the same age as Kim Possible. She's like the same age as Raven Baxter. The energy of Halloween Town 2, it matches the energy of all the shows that was airing on Disney Channel when this movie was released. It feels like a Disney Channel movie. Halloween Town, the first one, it just felt like a kids movie, but Halloween Town 2 legit feels like a Disney Channel movie. So that's my theory as to why so many people love this movie. Now, unfortunately, I made the mistake of rewatching this movie as a 30-year-old adult. And let me just say this, Maureen, you just met this boy at a Halloween party at your house. 15 minutes later, you invite him up to your bedroom. And then 5 minutes later after that, you invite him to your grandmother's bedroom? What? Can we say red flag? I hate that I rewatched this movie as an adult because I'm like, does nobody else see that this is a problem? You don't meet a guy for the first time at a Halloween party and then 15 minutes later you invite him up to your bedroom. But then at the same time, it's white people. What can you say? With that being said, love this movie. Halloween Town 2 is legit the best Halloween Town movie out of the entire franchise. So this is going in Michael Jackson thriller choreography. All right, the next movie is Halloween Town High. This movie, y'all, this movie was mid. It was definitely mid. And I remember when it used to come on, it did not have my full undivided attention. I guess you can say the storyline was quote unquote unique, you know, having Halloween characters attend high school. But at the same time, it reminded me of a rip-off version of X-Men Evolution. Like you're having mutants attend regular high school and they're trying to blend in. That's what it reminded me of. It's not a bad movie, but it's not a top tier movie. So with that being said, I have to put Halloween Town High in background noise. The last movie is Return to Halloween Town. Let me just take this moment to get my grievances out about this movie. Disney Channel, you didn't replace the mom. You didn't replace the brother. You didn't replace the grandmother. You didn't replace any of the fan favorite characters that were in Halloween Town. But you decided to replace the main protagonist character. Why? What was the reason? The series felt incomplete without the original actress who played Maureen. Why did you guys go with a different actor? That made absolutely no sense. You didn't replace anybody else, but you decided to replace the main character. That makes no damn sense. That's number one. My second grievance with this movie, why was Ethan the love interest of Maureen? If anything, y'all should have brought back the character of Luke, the person that was actually interested in Maureen in the first two films, and they actually have history together. I just thought that was just extremely random that they had Ethan, the person that was introduced into the franchise via the third movie, be the overall love interest for her. And I really feel like the reason why they did this is because the actor that played Ethan, Lucas Gabriel, he's in High School Musical. Return of Halloween Town came out in 2006. High School Musical came out in 2006. When High School Musical dropped, that's all Disney Channel could focus on, promoting High School Musical. It got to the point where they were taking their characters and making sure they were a part of any Disney Channel show during that time. That is why you were seeing Vanessa Hudgens and Monique Coleman on various episodes of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because they already had Ashley Tisdale on that show. So it was like, hey, let's put them in the movie as well. That is why Corbin Bleu got his own spin-off movie, Jump In. Now, Disney Channel was legit milking the hell out of the High School Musical actors during that era. So that is the main reason why I think Ethan has such a more prominent role in this movie when it should have been Luke, not Ethan. Now, with that being said, unpopular opinion about Return to Halloween Town. The storyline was lit. I like the storyline. I like the storyline a lot. Now, I think the movie would have been better appreciated if we had the original Marine, but it was a very, very good storyline. I just think that the concept that they were trying to do in Halloween Town High, it worked far more better for Return to Halloween Town because they were in college and you really saw the dynamics of the popular witches versus the less popular elves or trolls or whomever. I actually liked Return to Halloween Town High. And then Maureen was able to explore the origins of her being a witch and her family and the great power that they have. It was a good storyline. It was a very good storyline. I'm going to put Return to Halloween Town in Harley Quinn's costume. The next movie is Hocus Pocus. 10 out of 10. I don't even need to go into details and explain why that movie is such an iconic movie. And literally watching that movie would get you ready and amped up for Halloween. I love Hocus Pocus. Immediately, this is going in Michael Jackson Thriller choreography. As far as the sequel, I actually haven't watched the sequel. I'll get to it, but every time I go to like attempt to watch the sequel, I end up watching the original. But that's the only reason why I'm not including the sequel in this list. But Hocus Pocus is a 10 out of 10, straight up. Next movie is Can of the Worms. I remember watching this as a kid and I was bored. This movie did not hold my attention. And I honestly think I didn't give it a fair chance because every time this movie would come on, I'll probably like switch over to Cartoon Network because they was probably playing Ed, Edd n Eddy, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, or even Tom and Jerry. I don't know, something more interesting was being played on television than this movie. So then I thought, all right, let me rewatch this movie as an adult and give it a fair chance. So I went on Disney Plus, put the movie on, started watching it, and I fell asleep. Now, as an adult, I'm keeping the same energy I did as a child. This movie is boring. This movie is a waste of time. With that being said, I am putting this in Wendy Williams. What was that?
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, James.
The next movie, the Scream Team. I loved this movie. I don't know why, but I love this movie. Even when I watched it a couple weeks ago, I found myself smiling for a full hour and 15 minutes or 20 minutes, however long the movie was, because I was like, oh my God, I used to watch this movie all the time as a child. I always just thought that the storyline was so unique, and I absolutely love Tommy Davidson. He is legit one of the most underrated comedians ever. You know, I love the Scream Team. I know other people would watch the Scream Team and like not care for it. It legit does something to my heart. I love the Scream Team. Hey, you guys might disagree with where I'm about to put it. It is going in Thriller choreography. Absolutely loved it. The next movie is Don't Look Under the Bed. I appreciate this movie so much because this movie scared us when we were children. Disney Channel, well, I can't even call it Disney Channel because when this movie aired, Disney Channel was not known as Disney Channel. It was known as Zoog Disney, Z-O-O-G Disney. If you're an OG Disney watcher like I am, you remember Zoo Disney, all right? But I appreciate Disney for taking the risk of actually scaring us with a Halloween movie. There was a lot of jump scares in this movie. It was a big mystery in this movie, and you wanted to get more hints and more clues and more insight into what actually was going on. Don't Look Under the Bed is a Disney classic, and it really infected our minds with the boogeyman, because I remember growing up as a child, that was the main monster. Like, it wasn't Bloody Mary, it wasn't Chucky, it wasn't Freddy Krueger. For the 90s babies, the first fiction monster was the boogeyman, hands down, and I really feel like it was because of Don't Look Under the Bed. Now, as far as the ranking, I was going to put this in Michael Jackson's Thriller, but I made the mistake of watching this movie as an adult. And as I'm watching this movie, I see this scene.
Why could the kids in the park see you?
Those were little kids' friends. They can see anything they want. Just like I see these monkey bars.
This scene absolutely pissed me the off. Disney, why did y'all have a black actor do animal noises, specifically monkey noises, and getting excited about going on the monkey bars? What? Huh? Because who was the director? And who was the writer? Who thought that that scene was okay to shoot? Who thought that that scene was okay to direct? And who thought that that scene should stay in the final edit? What? No. The fact that I watched this movie this year, in the same year that Erica Mena was making monkey noises to a dark-skinned woman on Love and Hip Hop, yeah, like that just pissed me off altogether. Because of that scene alone, it's not going in Thriller choreography, it is getting bumped down to Harley Quinn's costume. Next movie is Mom Has a Date with a Vampire, or Mama's Got a Date with a Vampire. Love this movie. What I said with Don't Look Under the Bed, it applies to the same thing with this movie. Disney was not afraid to actually incorporate jump scares. Disney was not afraid to incorporate thriller. Disney was not afraid to actually scare us. Watching this as a child, this movie really psychologically scared us, because I remember walking around thinking my teachers were vampires, our family members vampires. Who's a vampire? Specifically because of this movie. So with that being said, this movie is going in Thriller choreography. I absolutely loved it. The next movie is The Haunted Mansion, starring Eddie Murphy. This is not a Disney Channel original movie. However, when this movie came out in 2003, they were promoting this movie heavily. If y'all remember, like Disney 365 and Mike's Super Short Show, or Disney 411, they used to promote The Haunted Mansion like crazy. And do y'all remember that Raven did a cover to Stevie Wonder's Superstition? The Haunted Mansion was definitely a part of the culture. You really have to appreciate this movie. The problem is, I rewatched this movie as an adult, and this was not funny. I love Eddie Murphy down. I watched this movie and did not laugh one time. So I was going to put this in background noise, but if this movie was to come on, I will sit still and actually watch this movie just because of the nostalgia of it. I'm going to put The Haunted Mansion in Harley Quinn's costume. I have a big appreciation for this movie, but it's not a 10 out of 10 Disney Halloween movie. Moving on. Casper Meets Wendy. This is not a Disney Channel original movie, but they definitely used to air this movie during the Halloween season because Wendy was being played by Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff at that time was the star of Lizzie McGuire, one of the most popular and iconic shows on Disney Channel. So it made sense for Disney Channel to air this movie because, one, it is a kids Halloween movie, and two, Hilary Duff, the star of Disney Channel, is in this movie as a protagonist character. Now, my personal thing with the whole Casper franchise, the first Casper movie was the best Casper movie in my personal opinion. With Wendy Meets Casper, it didn't really hold my attention. I can watch this movie maybe with other people, but if I'm watching this movie, I am most likely going to be scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram. Like, it's not really going to hold my attention. And rewatching it as an adult, it was background noise. So with that being said, Wendy Meets Casper is definitely going on background noise. Twitches. Let's talk about Twitches. All right. First of all, who doesn't love Tia and Tamara? Let's just get that straight. The thing about Twitches, the problem that I have with this movie is this is such a recycled version of the sister-sister storyline. Two twins separated at birth. When they grow up, they run into each other and realize, oh my God, I have a twin. And both of their worlds collide. So Twitches legit felt like a combination between Sister Sister and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Like, it was just like, okay, we get it. We've seen this story before. It is what it is. So Twitches, it's an okay movie. I'm not going to put it in background noise because if it does come on, I am going to watch it. However, I used to watch this movie all the time as a kid. And so that's why I can like barely stomach the movie now, because it's just like, bruh, overkill. Definitely overkill. So if it comes on, I will watch it. It's not going to be background noise. Like, I will sit down and watch it, but it's not a 10 out of 10 movie. Twitches is a very mid-type movie. So my ranking for Twitches is definitely going to be based off nostalgia only. It's not background noise. It's not a 10 out of 10 movie. So I'm definitely going to put this in Harley Quinn's costume. Now, with that being said, Twitches 2? Oh, Twitches 2 is top tier. I love the second movie of Twitches. I absolutely love the second movie of Twitches because we got away from the fluff. There's no old twins that have never seen each other before and they get to know each other. There's no recycled sister-sister storyline. It's just straight out the gate. You know who the characters are. You know their backstory. So with that being said, you're already jumping into the main storyline of them trying to figure out who their birth father really is, if he's still alive. And birth mom is like, girl, you got some secrets. What are the secrets? So just like Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, the sequel was better than the original. Twitches 2 belongs in thriller choreography, straight up. And by the way, quick sidebar, because you know everybody on Twitter swears they're casting directors. Everybody says if they make another Twitches, Chloe Bailey and Halle Bailey should be in the movie. I think that is the most stupidest idea ever for a couple reasons. One, they're not twin sisters. They're just sisters. That's number one. Number two, why can't Hollywood instead find another set of black women twins that can act? That way Tia and Tamara will not hold a monopoly over black twin actors. Let's give the opportunity to somebody else. We can build up some more actor twins in the industry. And then number three, Chloe and Halle, they don't need to be a part of every damn thing. Y'all are so quick to throw their names into it's just like, for what? For what? You know, as a matter of fact, the idea, just don't make another Twitches. The second movie was the finale movie, and let that be that. All right, the next movie is The Little Vampire. This movie was so boring. It's supposed to be like a cutesy kids movie. And I remember Disney Channel used to add this movie to the lineup, but the movie is boring. And then I tried to rewatch it as an adult. It didn't hold my attention. It was boring when I was a child and it was boring as an adult. It is what it is. I'm sorry. We got to put this in Wendy Williams. What was that?
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay. James.
All right, next movie, Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, do I need to say anything else? That movie is just beautifully iconic. And once again, main villain is the boogeyman. Hey, I swear, the boogeyman, that was our main monster growing up. You had Don't Look Under the Bed and you had The Nightmare Before Christmas. They had the boogeymans in our minds rent free. Nightmare Before Christmas, absolutely love this movie. 10 out of 10. It's like one of the best holiday films, period. Whether it's Christmas or Halloween. Absolutely loved it. Michael Jackson's thriller choreography. The last movie is Phantom of the Megaplex. Let me tell you something. This storyline was so unique. Very much unique because you associate Halloweens with going to see Halloween movies. And so the genius of the writers, this is why writers were so important. This is why I was 10 toes down during the writer's strike, because writers are so needed. The genius of having a scary movie being played at a movie theater and the movie theater is haunted, loved it. Like, absolutely loved it. And the same energy that I had with watching Twitches 2, The Scream Team, it's the same movie that I have for watching The Phantom of the Megaplex. So much nostalgia, but then just watching it, it was just like, you know what? I with this movie heavily. So people might disagree. People may not remember this movie. I put this movie in MJ Thriller choreography because I absolutely love this movie. All right, y'all, so those are my rankings for Disney Channel Halloween movies. What is your favorite Disney Channel Halloween movie of all time? What do you think about my ranking system? With that being said, everybody have a safe and happy Halloween. Make sure you guys enjoy yourselves, but also be aware of your surroundings, be cautious, and be extremely safe when celebrating Halloween. I appreciate you guys for making it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below, and I will see you on the next episode.